Mi bandera lo grito por donde quiera, mexicano 100% no existe ni una barrera, mucho menos nos separa una frontera, con papel o sin papeles yo vivo a mi manera, no me importa en cualquier país, si el cielo se pone negro gris, escuchando a Gerardo Ortiz, celebrando fiestas patrias con 2 Génesis, cantamos mariachi y en acapela, miramos a diario con los jefes la pinche novela.
¿Qué onda, amigos de Pancho Villa's Army? Aquí es Zargento with another episode of Villa's Podcast. Another episode where, again, I have my 2 co-hosts. We're just going to take this time to talk about what happened this week. We have Ivan, because he actually was a brave one to get on a plane with the máscara y todo. But, want to make sure he's okay. Any temperature? How you feeling, Ivan? Let's go to Ivan first. How you doing, bro?
Well, I'm feeling good, kind of, after the Dodgers lost. The trip was dope, though. Honestly, the trip was dope.
All right.
Well, you know what made it more fun?
What?
It's what we don't post that makes it super fun.
Well, yeah. Well, let's see. Now you got me, bro. Coronel's face, like,
What happens in Dallas stays in Dallas, you know?
Hey,
What's going on, guys?
with you, man?
Nothing, man. Nothing. As you can tell, I'm not wearing a jersey. I'm not repping any team. The only team that I'm probably repping today is Chivas. They probably, because we got a big game today against Cruz Azul.
Oh, yeah.
I gave up, dude. The combination of trying to wear this jersey, that jersey, not wash it, hat combination just doesn't fucking work. That's just the way it is. So I quit sports. I'm no longer watching sports, with the exception of this game and then the World Series game. So, and then probably some football games, and I'm never gonna stop watching.
Hey, good luck to your Chivas, though. Good luck. I had to do a report on this. I'm gonna watch.
Dude, we're gonna win out. We're gonna win out. We're gonna make the playoffs, and then we're gonna win.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna rise to the occasion. But you know what, Coronel, I keep wearing those combinations because we definitely love that Monday Night Football game. That was awesome. Okay,
listen, bro.
Okay, El Paso.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. One freaking win in like 52 years. Everybody celebrates it like it's the Super Bowl. Whatever, man. Hey, nope. You beat us hands down. We suck right now. I think we're losing to Washington right now.
It was embarrassing. We lost, bro. It was embarrassing.
It's not. It's more embarrassing. We lost to the Cardinals. I think that's what's most embarrassing.
It was embarrassing, my friend.
The Cowboys?
Mm-hmm. Valieron pito. Valieron.
I'll be honest, the Cowboys, I expected them to be better this year. Even with Andy Dalton, I thought their offense would be better. And boy,
they can't even catch coronavirus. They do right now. The whole team should just have coronavirus and just stop playing.
I think that was a problem. Is that they got Canelo? Like I saw that picture, Canelo, to be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And no mames.
Oh,
it's like Tony Romo all over again.
They removed. I saw that was funny. That was funny.
The Cowboys.
We have a lot to talk about. I like to start off. We'll start off with Ivan. First of all, he's wearing his jersey and wearing all his gear. Let's quickly touch about the Dodgers, his trip. Then we'll move on to a couple other topics, man. I definitely want to talk about our Mexicanos, our Mextranjeros abroad, all of the Mexican players that are going out there, but also that controversial topic about how there's more. We're seeing a lot more U.S. players in Europe and more than Mexico players. That whole debate. We'll tap into that a little bit. We'll talk about, of course, what Mexico players are, what they're doing now, of course, out in the field. But we're going to play a game, too. We're going to do a new category, and it's called No Mames. So when we get to that, we'll just talk about what's going on in this world. And we're going to just say No Mames. What are we seeing out there?
No Mames.
No Mames. All right. So Dodgers, man. I think people that are gonna watch this, the series might be moving on, but it's right now tied, man. So Ivan, tell us about your trip. How's it been? You went to 2 games out there, right?
Game 1 and game 2. Trip was dope, actually. Way more affordable than I anticipated. As you guys know, we got the tickets. Some of us got them online when they went on sale, so thank God we didn't have to pay anything extra. Oh, and true story, when we were out there after game 1. After game 1.
No mames.
Are you putting lotion in your hands? What are you talking about?
We went to long story short, went to LA Live. Saw some guy walking around. He wearing just like stadium clothes, right? So I thought, man, this guy could probably do something for us tomorrow. And truth be told, we invited him. We had some beers. Well, I didn't have beers. I had water, actually. And then I was buying, like, pizzas at Pudgy. I think you've seen a Coronel at Texas Live. Pudge's
Mhm.
Pizza. So good. If
Mhm.
anybody goes there, Texas people, they know Dallas people. Anyways, by the end of the day, he's like, "Hey, if you guys go to the game tomorrow, text me. I can get you guys down to like the 100 level by where the players' families are sitting." And true, yeah, we text them the day after, and we had like seats all the way up top in the 200 level, and he got us all the way down, sitting by those cutouts, by the third base line.
Hey, dude,
He hooked it
Nice.
up. He hooked
did
it
you
up.
like stay frozen and pretend you were a cutout and didn't move?
No, but I saw
Every
that
time
and
security
I was
passed
like,
by.
"Oh, damn, that's cool."
They go, hey, stay here, but don't move. You
I was like,
move, our cover's broken, bro. No, do you like the crazy one?
"Oh yeah, I see." Oh, damn, something happened.
Oh shit, are we in New York?
No, but no, there's been a lot of activity because, yeah, there's been a lot of activity around
Is
here.
it
But yeah,
Dodgers?
that was pretty cool. World Series was dope. Stadium is super nice. It's fresh. Seats are comfortable. Food isn't expensive. Beer is not expensive. Souvenir cup was expensive. It was $18
Oh,
for a
that's not.
souvenir cup. That's
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 not.
like
a.
that's like a regular drink up in the
That's a
stadium.
regular drink at Dodger Stadium, bro.
But it came with. Did
Yeah,
you
that's
get?
why I was
Yeah.
like, that's expensive. But yeah, it was cool. I want to say hi everybody to Dallas because actually, some of us were really hungover after the game, and they recommended a spot for us to go. Hector, thank you. He said to go to El Tepa, which they had pretty good food. And then Rosa, thank you for meeting up with us to have food out there.
The
Mhm.
She
Peruvian?
ate with us. She met up with us. Before game two to have menudo and stuff.
That's cool,
That
man.
was cool. The trip was cool. The trip was cool. Of course,
Nice,
we were
Yeah.
man.
cautious.
I got a question for you, Ivan. So
Monday.
they just built that stadium, right? Global Park or Global whatever. And when they have a perfectly functioning stadium, do you know the backstory on that? The
Oh
Texas
wow!
Ranger Stadium.
I don't know the full details, but something that I heard along the way was that because obviously Texas is Texas and they have a lot of land where they can build. But the old stadium has an open roof, so during the summer they would play games outdoors, and it was like over 100 degrees. And since they had space and they had the money, they built a new stadium because the new stadium it's still next door. Like you can go and like walk and take pictures. You can't walk inside of it, obviously, but
Hmm.
it's within walking distance from there. They didn't do anything to that stadium. I don't know the full story, but I know that's part of it. That's why this
Dude,
one is like
can you
indoors, and
imagine?
the roof is retractable. After the Dodgers lost the game too, not last night because last night was a debacle. They opened up the roof, so I was like watching. That's kind of what happened and how I got that interview. I stood after the game because I was just watching everything, the players, and I looked up and then the roof was like closing. I was like, whoa, that's just something you don't get to see every day. So for me, that was pretty cool.
Well, that's
Huh.
pretty cool. I mean, we've seen it here. I think Arizona was actually one of the first stadiums to
First,
actually
yeah.
have the retractable
Yeah,
roof.
and
Um,
Yeah, that was a long time ago too. That was
Dude,
what,
that was a
01,
long.
2001, something like
That
that.
was
It's crazy.
innovative. That was
2000.
innovative at that point. But can you imagine living in a fucking state, bro, where oh, you know what? We need a new roof. Let's just build a whole other fucking stadium.
Yeah,
Like what the
we'll
hell?
leave that other one there. Just
Yeah,
whatever.
just leave it there for I don't know whatever, or to store our cones or whatever the hell they got, or
yeah.
bases or whatever.
So, it, I haven't followed as much baseball like back in as much now as I back in the day. So wasn't it before the World Series? It would be in the team stadiums that this would take place. Why are they
Yeah.
doing it in a neutral stadium this time? It doesn't. I don't understand what's going on there. When did this happen?
I think what they're doing is kind of what the NBA did, like keep things in the bubble because obviously
Ah,
you're traveling back and forth to West, East Coast, and I think one of the biggest thing was obviously concern because at the same time NBA was playing, at the same time Major League Baseball was playing, but Major League Baseball was still traveling, so you still ran that risk factor with especially with the during the pandemic. So I think what they decided to do was to have because they did that with the playoff games. They had one specific neutral stadium, if you want to call it, or city, and they played all the games there. So they're just switching
ah.
off home
Yeah.
team versus
So this was
away
Yeah.
team.
just
So piggy,
for the current situation. It's not something new that
yeah.
the okay.
So piggybacking on what Coronel said, yeah, he's right. So the National League played their playoff the NLCS and NLDS in Dallas, where they're playing right now. And but so the Dodgers played against the Braves, and the other teams, whoever the hell they are, they're eliminated anyways. They played in Houston. The American League, the freaking Astros played here in LA, and the other teams where whoever they were played in San Diego. So then the NLDS played in San Diego, I'm sorry, here in LA. And the number one seed was just the Dodgers, which is kind of an advantage. They played other games in Dallas so they could get familiar with the field. This is like the 14th game the Dallas play. I mean, the Dodgers play in Dallas.
The
But yeah.
NLDS, it sounds like something you catch on your feet.
It's like you tell it to your mom. Your mom, she's like, "Ay, mijo, put some vapor rub on it, or you know,
Yeah, but
sanita, colita de
yeah, but
ran."
that's pretty much it. The Coronel is right. It's just piggybacking off of that.
Okay.
They just wanted to make sure that no players got COVID in the midst of all this, and then they pretty much jeopardizes everything.
But it sounds like Coronel's saying, you know what? It's just like it's not. It's still anybody's game. But how do you feel right now where they currently stand? Do you think do you think they have a chance? I mean, it's 50-50 right now. It's game. It's game.
What do you think,
five,
Coronel?
right?
I'll give you my thoughts right now. I want to know what Coronel
Well,
thinks right now because he
I
seems
don't-
happier than I do.
I don't even like baseball anymore, bro. You know what? I don't.
What is
I
that
don't.
thing we saw last time, dude? I don't like the sport anymore.
I
Anyways.
don't like this. This sport is stupid, anyways. No, no, dude. Seriously, to be honest, the way I feel, I don't even want to watch a game today, bro. It just took everything out of me. Just to, because here's the thing, guys. For those of you guys who've never really played baseball, who understand baseball, baseball is routine. Pop up in the air, take a step back, and then you catch the ball, right? Everything's routine. The problem with baseball is that they are so routine. Everything's so, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you look at any mistakes that are made in baseball, when there's one mistake, everything just comes apart, and it goes back to like the bobble from Chris Taylor to the throw home. So everybody just freaks out, and these guys are professionals, right? They're professionals, and when they make these mistakes, they look so silly, they look so dumb, and you're like, how could you make this mistake? You're an idiot. You're silly. You look silly making these mistakes. But the issue is mentally, this is routine.
Yeah.
But when I get the ground ball comes to me, you have a base runner running. You check.
It's instinct at this point, right? It's
instinct,
muscle
right?
memory. Yeah.
But there's a monkey wrench thrown in it, it just throws everything out of whack, and everything. And sometimes you're left, and every year you're left with, oh my God, I can't believe I just watched what happened. Like yesterday, I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, it goes back. So Dodgers were on the other end with that one double play they had. I forget. I think it was against the Braves, where Braves had a runner on second and third, and nobody out, and the chances of getting a double play and not having them score was very slim. Just a 99% chance they weren't going to make this play, and that happened. The ball was hit, bad base running. Everybody just kind of got freaked out, but the Dodgers executed perfectly, and it worked out the Dodgers' favor. It's just 1, 2,
Dude,
3.
That's the thing about like batting too, right? Like once you lose that swing, right? It takes a while. Sometimes they get in a rut, right? When you have you have these players that are on fire, like everything they swing they hit, and then there's times where they just can't hit, like can't hit a beach ball coming at them, right?
Yeah, and Coronel once again he was right, hitting that like little chain of events where when we heard about Cody, he's not gonna play, or at least he's not gonna play defense because his back was banged up. Maybe like 30 minutes. They said 30 minutes for give or take before the game, and they put Taylor in. I was like, oh, Taylor's like solid defensively. He's one of the best players. Like defensively, he's one of the best in all of baseball. So we kind of figured like, oh, we'll be okay. But then that, and then for some unknown reason, we still don't. Well, I mean, we know why. Baseball. I'm not saying I know baseball, but they put Jensen in, and then when they put him in with 2 outs, when they put him in the 9th inning, and they got that first hit when the bat broke and hit, that was kind of like, oh, come on, dude. Like, it barely got by Kike's glove, right? And then the second one was a little blooper that landed, and then Taylor bobbled it, Muncy bobbled it, and then oh my God.
Man.
Yeah, but it is what it is. But look, put things in perspective, honestly, because I talked to like a bunch of Dodger fans last night for like hours on the phone or media or whatever. Series is still tied 2-2. We have Crenshaw going today, so we hope he does good. And we still have Buehler. My only concern would be if the Dodgers pitch Crenshaw today, or Kershaw, I just like to make fun of him, and then they go with Buehler, who's been lights out in the playoffs, and we lose one of those games and it goes to game 7, who are the Dodgers going to throw game 7? Urias again?
Maybe somebody they should have never took out that early. I'm just saying.
Oh man, yeah.
They
You know
should
what?
have. They
It
should have.
sucks.
Julio played it. Dude, Julio had how many? Like 9 strikeouts, almost 10 strikeouts. Dude, that is remarkable. I
Yeah,
mean, you let him. You ride. And here's the problem with. I mean, you know what? I'm not a baseball manager by any means, right?
yeah,
But
exactly.
but you ride your horse all the way through. I can't remember what playoff run that we were in, what World Series that Roberts decided to play Moneyball or whatever, and he
Oh,
took out the starting pitcher,
and he
and
had a
I think it
no-hitter.
was Kirk. I don't know who it was. He
No,
took
the
out
guy with
somebody.
the Lakers.
He
Oh my
ended up
God, I forgot his
whatever.
name.
But he took out somebody, right? He shouldn't have. He ride him until his wheels fall off, right?
Oh,
Or very close.
yeah, to explain that, I'm sure a lot of people know. And like you said, once again, I'm not a manager. I don't get paid to do all that stuff. But as fans, we feel the right, like we have to say something. The Dodgers use analytics, and with all that, I don't know if you guys have seen Moneyball. If you haven't, that's a good movie to see.
Mm-hmm.
When, but I agree with what Coronel said. In analytics, the Dodgers they have this mentality that if you see a pitcher more than 3 times in that same game or what have you, obviously the velocity goes down and all that stuff. But they start to recognize the pitches. So normally by the sixth, seventh inning, they're like, okay, that's it, you're done. One, we gotta save you for like future games, obviously. And if they see a reliever that's coming in like full strength, they think they have a better chance of getting them out. But like Coronel said, like if he's on fire
You
and
gotta
he has
feel.
no
Well, that
hitter,
this is
why
this
would
is
you take
where
him out?
I'm not a fan of I mean, analytics have been they're great, right? They're numbers. People, I mean, they study the heck out of these, but sometimes analytics can't predict a will, can't predict grit,
Exactly.
can't
Or the
predict
flow or the
momentum or
momentum. Exactly.
what's that
Yeah.
when adrenaline, they can't predict adrenaline, dude. It's
No,
one
you
of those
can't.
things that players just I mean, you imagine World Series, everything's on the line every single game. I mean, that just brings like a whole
Yeah.
different
Which
animal.
brings me to another topic before we change, and I don't want to harp too much on the subject, but
Yeah.
like for example, this is the World Series, right? You know what's bugging me, and I get mad at everything, bro. I watch
It's your
novelas,
age.
and I'll be like, oh my god, did you see this? Or I'll
And
watch a
people
movie, hey,
and
and they'll cut, and I'll be like, they made a mistake on the editing when editing the movie, whatever. But the one thing that pisses me off about it is that they mic up the players during World Series game. It's a World Series, bro. I mean, you need to be
Oh
focused.
yeah.
And they mic up the center
trash.
fielder, they mic up the second baseman, they mic up the coach, and the coach they can't be fucking around with microphones. They need to be focused on the game, and they're too busy talking. And Joe Buck or whoever the hell is in the booth. Well, tell us what's the field down there. Is everyone eating
They're like their
sunflower
own
steaks
I
or
agree.
recruiters.
I agree with that too.
motherfucker? I got no time for that. I gotta win a baseball game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
So let's talk about Ivan. You were interviewed, dude. You were like people were posting you everywhere on Twitter, on Instagram, dude. Let me pull up really quick this one. I just pulled up in a random Twitter, and I don't even know if this person even knows you, dude. But apparently
Oh,
they know you.
Yair. Yeah, that's my boy Yair.
Yeah.
All right, no, this is another person actually.
Uh-oh. Holy
Yeah,
moly.
dude. I don't even know if you give them the rights. You got to be sure
Oh my God.
you get credit for this, bro. You got to start protecting your brand. Here we go. Let's watch this, and then we'll talk about what happened here.
Oh, damn.
All right, man. What was that? That was a short clip. It says Fox
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. So Fox
But by
11
the way,
obviously.
you're not following the protocol. Dude. Your mask is
Oh, man.
not properly
Hey,
I
you
worn.
know.
know what? Like
I-
three people did message me. They're like, "Come on, man, get your game mask on. Like, no, get your game on correctly or something like
Dude,
that."
after every podcast, I was like, make sure you wear your mask, put
Yeah.
hand sanitizer, and then he's the first one doesn't follow his own rules.
I know, right?
No, that one it was just like, damn. I have it right there. No, yeah, you know what? That was by chance. Danny and a couple of people hit me up. They're like, "Dude, you always find the camera." It's not. I don't know what it is. I don't always find the camera, but that was strictly by chance because after the game, obviously I watched the roof get closed and all that stuff, and then I left my phone where we were sitting at, so I had to run all the way down, and then the guy who hooked us up with our seats actually had it, so that was good. So by the time I walked up and we were walking out, Fox 11, that lady approached us. She goes, she approached me and the guy Sergio, and she was like, "Oh, do you guys have more friends we can interview?" And I was like, "There's a bunch of Dodger fans here," and then that's how the interview came up. Because if I would have gone straight to the rental car that we had, that interview never would have happened.
Damn.
And that's basically what happened. It just
Well, so basically, in essence, you brought us bad luck in game 2 because we lost that game. That's what you're saying.
what about game 1?
Well, you weren't there. You were in the bar. Go back to the bar. Fly back to Dallas to that bar.
Yeah, get in the bar.
Get back to the bar and bring us good luck, Ivan.
For real. You know what? That's it. I'm playing out to Texas Live right now.
There you
Come on.
go.
So let's talk about the environment though, dude. I mean, flying out there, how was the flight, dude? Did you feel the flight was legit? Did you feel at any time there was
Dude, I thought there was
unsafe?
social distancing like in the flights. The flight was full. Like not just Dodger fans. It was a full flight. There was no empty seats like at all. So obviously a lot of us haven't like taken any trips this year. I've done road trips with my parents, but not like flying, right? Yeah, and I saw the people. I was like, holy moly, I kept my mask on the whole time.
Sure.
No, I did. You know what? I wanted to take video actually, but I didn't know how comfortable people were gonna feel. But from what I saw where I was sitting at, everybody had their mask on.
Nobody was causing a trouble or making a scene.
Oh, and you know what? American Airlines did. They don't even offer you any more drinks or anything. They just, when you walk in the airplane, they give you a plastic bag, like a little Ziploc bag. It has a cookie, it has a water, and one of those hand sanitizer like bags. Yeah, like a wipey. I don't know about the other airlines. Like I said, I haven't had the guts to just like fly out, but that's all. And then they walk down the aisle.
You know what that reminds me of? You know what that reminds me of? Is that kid in elementary that has his little bag with all his allergy pills.
Yeah.
Hey, here's little Ivan's home kit. Like you got to be careful. He takes all these pills and
the kid with all the mocos.
his diaper in case se moja el.
Yeah, that was basically it. It's just a little, I don't want to say it was concerning, but I mean it's pretty cool. It's just something different.
It's different.
Yeah, that's 2020 for everybody, And luckily, I mean, some people were like there, and luckily I bought some Cheetos and some beef jerky, and I bought a soda because like I was, I just wanted something to drink. But yeah, they don't offer you anything anymore. They just offer you that, and then they walk by every like 10 minutes just to see if you have trash. And that's it. You're on your own on the plane. If you sit next to somebody with the virus, and you guys know too. You guys know everywhere you go. Well, at least here in California, I don't know in other states. Like if you go, like you know how for a 3-on-9 of covered games, or you attend like a event or something, they ask you the 3 questions. Have you been around anybody in the last 2 weeks of coronavirus? Are you ready? They ask you those. They ask you that when you're gonna check in for your flight, and you can easily say like, oh. I don't have any of those, but
good.
Like, what reassurances do we have that somebody's not lying with that?
Dude, did anybody feel awkward when someone coughed or shit? Like, oh, chingado.
Everybody's butt puckered up.
So, yeah, there's a little story that happened in that plane with somebody that went with me. I don't know if I can actually say it, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. One of the guys, I'm not going to say who, he went, and he told me.
There was only 4 of them.
He wasn't exaggerating. He said that the lady and the guy next to him were hardcore, like, Texas. You could tell, which is okay. Everybody has their right to express themselves however they freaking feel like it. But they both took off their mask. So he was letting some out. Pop, 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 pop. For the bad odor. And they even told him that
he was doing a tamborazo. He was doing a tamborazo right there.
I didn't believe him. But he said, no, I had to in order for them to put their mask on. And they told him, oh, that's rude. And he said, I'm sorry, I have to do it. I
need some Cheetos and beef jerky.
That's true. He had to just for them to put their mask on, but
wow.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable. That's why, again, dude, I don't know if I'm ready yet, man. Dealing with people like that, you can't control other people, but it is what it is, I guess,
I don't know, but if I have the virus, it's asymptomatic right now because
it is. You gotta get tested.
I did.
Oh, good. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. All right. Well, there it is.
We got it. Son of a
hey, you gotta take your temperature, dude. And I'll show you how to do it right now. We'll have a video. I'll show you how to take your temperature properly. All right. So let's move to the next topic, dude. Let's talk about let's talk about La Selección. We saw some good matches, from La Selección this past month. I mean, we could quickly just touch base real quick. How do we see them, and then we'll talk about this next thing about the U.S. versus Mexico players in Europe. But how did you guys see the Mexico play the last few matches they played? Whether it was here in the States with, I don't even know what team it was, dude. What was it? Guatemala, Uruguay? I mean, I don't even know.
I
But
to be honest with you, I wasn't too happy with it. And again, you can attribute it to probably everything that's going on with COVID and the team not knowing each other. I wasn't too happy with the way they played. Obviously, these are games of preparation, right? I just still think I just at this point in time, especially after the Algeria game, I still, even though we did come back, we did have some pretty cool goals. We got a long way to go. I think we have a long way to go. So I'm not happy with the performance of the team the last few games because I mean I think a lot of times I like to tend to look at games not more by the total, but more what did they do throughout the game, analytically, and that I analyze the game like, and to me I was not happy at all with the performances of the teams.
now, Coronel, would you consider though the fact that this is like their first game this year? Like, dude, it's been how many months what they haven't played? I mean, again, no excuses. They play with
Hmm.
their clubs
And
and
that,
all that.
again, that's like I said, with all things considered, it being the pandemic and only playing with the domestic players, the first couple of games, I wasn't too thrilled. Even if you know what, and if the selection didn't play, I think I would have been okay with it under the
Yeah.
circumstances, because I'm like, what are we actually accomplishing, right? So if they actually accomplish, if Tata Martino was able to find something out of those two games, out of the three games, was he able to find something useful? Then okay, I'm all for it. But I would like to see some result of these games being played, and I don't have a lot to take away from it. To be honest with you.
I have the opposite, man. I actually thought that this is what they needed, dude. I know even though it wasn't pretty, it was really rough, right? They at least got to get back together again. And I think for me, and you know what, we'll go right into this, man. For me, it's starting to solidify who's going to be the future of la selección. Tecatito Corona, dude, he's a staple now. I call him the holy trinity of la selección right now is Tecatito, Jimenez, and Chucky.
Mhm.
Those three right now are probably the best that we have, and they're showing it in their quality, both in their club and even in the selección. And to Tecatito, but here's the thing with Tecatito, though, what scares me is that Algeria kind of exposed him. He was able to maneuver in the first half, but the second half they stopped him. They kind of knew his tricks. So I mean I guess I'm concerned that might just go too far. Teams might be able to kind of understand how to stop him now, right? But at least he was still dominant. So that
I
was
mean,
my takeaway.
and to kind of follow up what you're talking about, yeah, absolutely. He showed flashes of brilliancy, stuff that you like, stuff, exciting stuff. But I'm still kind of on the edge about Tecatito, man. It's kind of like, who's going to show up? The guy that doesn't want to play, or the guy that's got personal issues? He's got family issues. I mean, is he going to show up for the Copa America? Is he going to show up for the Copa Oro? I mean, to me, that's concerning. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know the guy can play, but to me,
Yeah.
those are the types of things that
Oh
got
yeah.
me reserved. What do you think, Ivan?
Pros. Well, I'll go with the cons first. Cons. Well, we beat Guatemala 3-0. We should be beating teams like that like 6 or 7-0. Well, I mean, I think with the type of team that Mexico was presenting, we beat
And
a Holland.
especially, and
Uh huh.
especially, I don't want to cut you off, but
No,
especially since they stepped in last minute.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
they
with
stepped in
I
like a
think
couple days before the game, so they should have
I
been demolished, bro.
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they had one professional player in the team. I'm not sure. I don't want to. Don't quote me on that one. But I know that they should have demolished that team.
They weren't. Yeah, they didn't have the quality for sure.
Yeah, and then they played Holland, right? Holland right now. I know we beat them, and I know we're always gonna be like no era penal, but they're in a stage right now where they're kind of in rebuild mode. I should say. I
Transition.
know they still
Yeah.
have very talented players, and a lot of their players actually play in Europe. I know that's good, but they're in rebuild mode. I think with our offense that we had, like with those those players, we should have scored more against them. Defensively, Mexico hasn't always had the strong defense. Maybe a couple years back, a few years back, maybe. But I expected more, obviously. And against oh man, the last game.
Algeria, yeah, man.
Yeah, just you see that you want to see the good. Obviously, we're always optimistic, right? I don't like to be a pessimistic person, but by nature, most humans are pessimistic. Long story short, man, they had 10 players that were still giving Mexico a run for their money. And like Coronel said, like Tecatito was doing his thing. I'm sorry, Z. In the second half, he kind of faded away. So I like to kind of look at like the positive things where he's like, okay, now they figured me out. Now what am I gonna do to adjust?
Yeah.
Because obviously teams from Europe will know how to deal with Tecatito, right? Especially like those top tier teams. Now he has to start to develop like a little bit something else in his game to be like more productive. Like he's gonna get assists, and Raul Jimenez has to get it straight. I know he's probably our best goal scorer, maybe arguably along with Chucky, but he has to find a way to be a little bit more assertive with the Mexico team and score goals, because he had a couple opportunities that I was like, no, mames.
Yeah, he hesitated.
Yeah.
He hesitated.
Yeah, and I guess that's why they're playing these games, so they could probably get a little bit more familiar. And then we have to be a little bit more optimistic too. Well, I mean, like I agree with you, Coronel. Like it's like we expect so much of the Mexico team, but they're kind of in transition too, because our middle is a little older than in the World Cup, it's kind of tough to win with like an older team. And our defense is kind of like shaky. Like there's games where you'll be like, oh my God, this defense is good. And then there's games where you're like, what are you doing,
yeah,
man?
Dude, they give up some easy stuff.
Yeah. But I guess we can use these few games as like like more minutes played together.
Yeah.
We just have to hope that
shaking the rust, dude, right? They're just shaking the rust. It's been a while. I mean, for them playing together as a unit, getting to feel each other out. I was talking about that earlier. But let's talk about Jimenez for a second. We didn't get to see Chucky, right? He had the whole thing happen there with the quarantine, like with Italy and everything that's going on that kept him from going. But he's tearing it up. He's playing. He's got minutes now, right? We'd like seeing that for Chucky. He's got the confidence of his coach. But Jimenez, dude, what is it that he can score for the Wolves? Like pretty much every game, dude. Like you expect a goal from Jimenez.
Yeah.
But then in the selección, it's like it's not there, dude. Like today, Sunday, he scored again. Did you see that goal?
I didn't see it. Like on TV.
Well, you know what?
I saw a clip of it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, let's watch it real quick, dude. I mean, this is the type of goals I don't see very often from him in la selección. And I'm like, dude, come on, like you can do this. But let's check it out real quick.
Aquí vino muy arriba para Bolí, queda para Jiménez. ¡Gol!
By the way, Neves looks like the guy from Miami.
¿El Pulido?
No, from Miami, dude.
Mira, Pizarro.
LA, see that? LA, baby.
Is that what I don't know about it. Shut up, dude. That's not
Pedazo de gol, Raúl. Golazo de Jiménez para el 1-0.
There was no hesitation there.
Buena jugada.
Look at that.
Porque
Stops it
no va a
and
rematar,
vámonos.
está ahí con su marca y en lugar de ir al frente a buscar el remate, él se tira para atrás, se aísla tirándose afuera del área, hace un gran control y después le pega con todo el empeine. El guardameta para mí.
Wow, there was no hesitation. I'm gonna defend our boy. That team we played with that. Oh my God. I get baffled by that. I just remember how they had 10 players and they were still getting a bunch of their players actually play like in Europe, and they play like in the French league, right? So they're pretty good.
I think they're like 30.
If I remember correctly, they had a 9-game unbeaten streak, right? And their coach was actually trying to go for the win. So they're a little bit more experienced in the team Raul was playing today. So I understand why, like, that first one, we kind of hesitated because he didn't have a shot. But, yeah, I get it. He still got 2 assists, though, But we expect him to do what he does with the Wolves to do what he does.
Let me ask you this. So the same thing goes for Carlos Vela. My biggest argument with Carlos Vela would always be how come he doesn't do that for La Selección that he does with MLS. But again, obviously, I believe that the MLS teams are at a lower level, right?
Yeah.
It's easier for him. but at the same time, their surrounding players just makes you that much better. You know, so like with Raul, I mean, those players obviously train together. They know each other, which is why. Plus, he's been, like you said, a lot of his goals have been legit goals. I mean, they're not like, hey, off the back, or he fell and he accidentally headbutted in.
Like a rebounder and stuff like that.
Like a rebounder. You know,
they're goals where he sets up like that. Coronel, you're right. They're goals where you're like, oh wow, what a goal! And he scores important goals, like a tying goal, a go-ahead goal. Like this one, I think it was an 80th minute, correct? And you know, that's huge, especially for a team like that. And yeah, just our expectations are super high, to be honest. And we.
Well, I mean, I guess we're making that point, right? He plays more with the Wolves than he does with the Selección, you know, overall team. So that level of comfort, I think that's kind of what Messi's problem is, right? With Argentina, you know, you don't see that from him playing with the Selección in Argentina, but you see that with, you know, Real Madrid, right? So I guess that's the point.
Z, let me ask you guys, or let me ask you guys this. Let me ask the panel. This. So, you know, let me ask the group. Hey, so like, for example, the Wolves are playing. It's competition. It's a competitive tournament that they're playing in. So obviously, everyone's going to give 110%. When you're playing these friendlies, I mean, the competitiveness is there, but it's at a different level. So it's probably, to me, I like to think that maybe the competitiveness is at a lower level as opposed to playing a tournament game, because when it's a tournament game, it means that much more. And like you mentioned, Ivan, they're going for the win. I mean, they're going for the win. So you have to give everything you got, and it brings everyone else's level up. You know, so I think that has a lot to do with it too. You're hey, this is a friendly. Oh, this is a friendly. You know, I'm still going to compete, but you're not competing at the highest level.
Yeah.
But I think for me is like, you know what, let's you know, hopefully we get a next tournament for La Selección, right? You know, next tournament that comes up, if they come out, let's say a Copa Oro or the qualifiers, right? The qualifiers for the Mundial. Yeah. If they come out and just take the field, dude, I'm going to feel good going into Qatar. But if they come in like they did the last time they went to the qualifiers and made it with the skin of their teeth, right? Again, Jimenez, clutch goal that we saw. Then I'm a little concerned again. You know, it's like, dude, we have to see them just take the field, man, and start just dominating these teams. And again, we understand U.S. is starting to build their team and build their squad, and that's fine. You know, it's going to make us better. But we have to take the field, man. We can't let these small teams come close.
Go ahead, Coronel.
No, well, I mean, I don't want to, because I was going to transition to a different subject now that you mentioned the U.S. Z. So obviously, should La Selección be worried right now with a lot of a talk of the young U.S. players being in Europe right now?
Man, I'll tell you this much. Talk is cheap. I see a lot of guys from I'm not taking away anything from the players that play in Europe, right? They're all professionals. They handle themselves. They're way more talented than I am. But until we see it on the field, I'm not gonna give them credit for anything. And I'm not being biased. I'm not being like, oh, I'm pro Mexico or nothing like that. But we've seen a lot of players come and go from Europe, and then when they come to play for their national team, it's kind of like boop. You know, they're young. Mexico is way more experienced. And I think they have more time playing together. By the time, you know, those qualifiers come around, it's probably going to be Mexico and Team USA as usual. But I'm not going to be concerned till they actually show something on the field. Because, yes, they're playing in Europe. They're playing with better competition, which is what most players try to do, right? If you're good, you're going to be in Europe, not in MLS or in Liga MX. You're going to be playing in Europe, showing your talent. But till it shows on the field when it counts, that's when I start respecting that team, and that's when I start giving them credit. That's my perspective. That's just the way it is. The same thing I feel with the Dodgers. You know, it's on another topic, but you know, you gotta show it on the field. That's where it matters.
Yeah, and I think what's concerning though, and I see your point there, Ivan. But what's concerning is that a lot of these U.S. players are getting the starts. They're getting the minutes. That's the next level, dude. Like, one thing for me is like, yeah, that's great that you're going to these leagues, but if they're not starting and they're not playing, like some of the players that we have in Europe are not getting then
Yeah.
that's
I mean, look at
alarming, bro.
like one of our bigger players, Chucky. I mean,
Yeah,
for a
it
while there, he rode the
took him a
bench,
whole
right?
season. Yeah,
And Linus
Even like
too.
this.
You know what I mean? So those
Linus.
are our stars. Those are our guys.
Yeah.
That,
Hector
Even
Hector
like
Herrera has been kind of off and on, right? He hasn't
yeah.
been as consistent with Atletico.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, we give him that much, but like I said, it boils down to in the end just showing it on the field, and it is concerning. I see what you mean. I see like Ness the other day, he scored a goal. Following game, he's on the bench. You know, things like that where you're like, damn, like should we? You know,
what's going on? What's going on that we don't know about? You know, there's got to be
yeah,
stuff going on. What's
Well,
going
I
on?
know there was. I mean, they've been talking to players about this too, man. I know there's an interview from Jota Macias, right? That they asked him this question, and he brought his take on it, and there was a video. I think it's Fútbol Caliente. Let's watch that clip real quick, and then we can just talk about his side of it or his logic. There you go, right? Let's take a look at his logic behind it. Did you get it? Here it is, right here we go. Jota Macias.
También de la MLS y del crecimiento del fútbol de Estados Unidos.
Te voy a poner un ejemplo rapidísimo. Ahorita hay muchísimos estadounidenses en Europa. Bueno, pues vinieron a pagarlos en $500,000. ¡Pum! ¿Sabes? Te fueron. Ya nosotros, algunos lo valemos, a otros no, pero quieren vender a muchísimos en $15 millones, cuando de Europa no van a venir a comprarlos en eso, ¿sabes? O sea, por eso hay muchísimo sudamericano allá. Porque con 15 vas a Sudamérica y te agarras 5 güeyes en 3 millones cada uno, ¿sabes? Desde mi ámbito en lo futbolista, el profesionalismo, en los hábitos de entrenamiento y de alimentación. Y ya después todo lo demás, ahora sí que en las canchas, tener canchas mojadas, rápidas, de primer nivel. Si seguimos así, más temprano que tarde nos va a sobrepasar, porque Estados Unidos es el mejor, ahora sí que en casi todos los deportes, americano, básquet, béisbol, golf, natación, clavado, siempre están ahí, gimnasia, todo. Entonces, cuando ellos se lo proponen, lo logran, porque siempre tienen una línea que seguir, un plan, y aquí no se apuesta.
All right. Well, there you go. He gave a good case. He gave a good case.
I got a lot to say to that. A lot and a little bit. Go ahead, Coronel.
Well, I mean, I guess we'd have to look at the numbers, right, to see if that's actually true. Don't know exactly how much, but I don't think I've seen anybody rebuke what he said. Obviously you're buying someone at a lower price. I would do that too. We do that too. Yeah. We do it all the time, right? We want to put
bonito y barato.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
I'll give you $5.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You try to yeah. But like I said, you're trying to put a stereo system in your car, right? And you're like, okay, installed is $320. Oh, but you got the homie right here can sell it for $50, and you got somebody else that can install it for $40. So you're gonna go, I'm gonna go that route.
I got my homie that's selling it in trunk.
Maybe there is some truth to what he's saying that the European team is doing that, because there is a lot of South Americans playing, and I'm like, I never really thought about it until he said it. Like, man, these South Americans, how did they? But that's what they do. That's their job, to go out and find all this talent, And again, I think maybe part of it is the greedy owners from the teams that want to sell the Mexican player at 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, and they, maybe they are worth it, maybe not. But again, you'd rather pay, $70 for the install as opposed to $350 for the install.
Yeah. Which, I think he is right. We've heard that a few years already, where it says that Mexican players are expensive. But I think the more important statement he made was where the United States is top notch in a bunch of things, which I can agree on, like the NFL, the basketball league, and MLS specifically. They're spending, in this country at least, like investors and stuff like that. You know how the MLS thing works. They're investing a lot of money into MLS, and they're already kind of, I don't want to say surpassing talent level, because then people misquote everything you say, but they're already a more entertaining league than Liga MX. Not talent-wise, but I'm talking about like the All-Star game, the venues, maybe some of the uniform, just the whole presentation
Sponsors.
of MLS, is, I think, ahead already of Liga MX, because it just, and he's right, once, I think, the United States not making the World Cup last time was a blessing in disguise where they're gonna be like, you know what, we need to focus on this, and this is what we're gonna do. This is their plan, and they're sticking to the plan. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think of this when he was going over his, how the U.S. is good at these things. I'm thinking the Olympics, dude. How many times did they go to the Olympics and get all these gold, and they put so much money, right? If we have, and I think it has to do with the population in the U.S. There's still a big population in the U.S. that doesn't like soccer, right? Remember that headline we had with Gabe, right? This game's stupid, anyways. If they finally change that mindset of most of these most of the the North Americans, that soccer actually is entertaining, and that's what MLS is trying to do. Once that finally clicks, watch out, dude. Like honestly, I think that's gonna be that's gonna be awakening, dude. And Mexicanos, we have to be ready, man, because we can't be too comfortable. We have to find a way.
I think it'll take some time because NFL is king. Basketball, baseball, even hockey. I think is still ahead of soccer here in some states. Specifically in the East Coast. But soccer is making moves because it's already, like you said, like sponsorship. It's already surpassed a bunch of other they're getting on ESPN. Just a simple.
Look how many players from Mexico are going to MLS, right? I mean, that just also you're starting to see. I mean, look at Pulido, dude. He's tearing it up. He's scoring goals. I mean,
and the way of life too, dude. Way of life. Way of life.
The stadiums, the conditioning, the amount of money that they get treated, the way they get treated. The only one that's not thriving is Chicharito, which that's a whole different topic. We won't cover that. But dude, it's like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know, man. So,
I like you said, I think like Ivan says, once it clicks, it's going to be huge. Especially look at the women's team, man. The women is just gold. Everyone loves the women's team. Even Mexican players, Mexican fans love the women's team. Everybody loves the winner. So once the U.S. starts to win or becomes a powerhouse again, it's gonna click. And I think that sucks is the fact that the U.S. and that's why I like the Olympics, but I don't like the Olympics for the simple fact that I like to root for the underdog. So, when I'm watching the opening ceremonies and I see, let's say, a country like, I don't know, Belize, right?
Jamaica,
a country like Belize, right? And they have like 10 or 12 athletes come through, right? And the majority of those athletes have a full-time job, full-time families, and they still train on the side and they're able to qualify and whatnot. And then here comes the U.S. with like thousands of athletes walking into the stadium, and all they do is train. Eat, sleep, train. Eat, sleep, train. So of course they've got the advantage. Can you imagine other countries having the same advantages that the U.S. players do, or the U.S. the U.S. athletes do? The U.S. wouldn't be as dominant. Why do you think whenever they're not? Well, obviously there's been boycotts like with the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union doesn't go, the U.S. dominates. Or we go to winter sports, the U.S. goes to winter sports, and Canada dominates, so the U.S. You know what I mean? And whenever there's, you know what I mean? So it's just to me, I think the whole thing sucks. I think if everybody in the world had equal training and equal dedication, it would be a lot more competitive and a lot more entertaining. But I think it's an disadvantage. I don't know, man.
I think the what we're trying to say here is that Mexico needs to change something up, because if they're going the way they're going, they're going to get passed up.
I agree with that.
They need to find a way to get these players to Europe. And I know that Mexico Soccer wants to be prideful in Liga MX and what they do, but they're holding these players back, and they're going to also hold back La Selección,
Yeah, we've heard it.
We got to figure out time again. Get them out there, dude, and still produce a quality product. I get you got to make money, but don't be, dude. He made a great point, right? One player's going to cost you $15 million. You want, where you can get 3 to 4 different. Yeah, it's like we can get a ton of them out there if we didn't charge that much, right? Yep. So I don't know. I just say, Mexico's got to put the, como decimos, que se pongan las pilas, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah.
Because I think what happens if Mexico doesn't do that, they're gonna be like this gentleman here about the this next segment that I like to call, and we're gonna scream it together here in a second. This next segment we're gonna call, because if Mexico doesn't do that, we're gonna end up yelling, "No mames!" All right, we're gonna do it at the same time. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The new segment.
No mames. Oh, you guys suck. No mames. You guys suck, man.
Oh,
Let's do it again.
No mames. Oh my God. No,
All right.
Barely got it.
that
No,
was me yesterday. That was
Uh,
me yesterday with the
let's
Dodgers. Oh, Mames. Oh my God.
all
I
right.
have
Let's count it down, man. We got to get this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
No.
No, Mames.
Ah,
We got to work on this, man. We suck. We're like,
go to the next section. We'll work on it.
We'll get it. We'll get it down.
The internet dominates the world now, bro.
For real. So,
The internet
how do they say, Coronel? The internet is undefeated.
It's undefeated, and it will remain undefeated because of this next clip that we've got. And let's start. We got this new clip. Z, you got it? Pull that one up.
dude, now that one's gonna take me some time to pull it up, man. Hold on one
Oh,
second.
Okay, we got this
That
new
one, but dude, it's a great segue, dude. This is where, again, the internet rules, but also
clip.
Mames. But here's the thing, dude. It tells a lot about our culture, right? Like, this is how people see, dude. I hate that people stereotype Mexicans, but we it starts with our young, right? So, all right, Gordon, you wanna give a little preview of what it's about before I share it, or
No. Let's just shoot it. Let's just shoot from the hip.
all right, man. Let me pull it. So first of all, I'm gonna ask Ivan. I want you to pay attention to this video.
All right. Sorry, I was checking up on the NFL scores.
Is the 49ers already played?
The Cowboys lost 25-3 to the Washington.
Oh my
So you
goodness.
guys know.
Good. That's good. Good. They get that. A team that doesn't even have a name, they freaking lost to
Dude,
that.
it looks like a college team, dude. They're the W.
Dude,
Washington.
I know it's like I'm watching Washington or whatever. Willa.
Now, I think ticket prices are gonna drop in December when the Niners play the Cowboys. I think I'm gonna jump on it right
But,
now.
dude, I'm hearing for the Sunday night football game with the Cardinals and Seahawks, they're going for over $1,000 right now. The people that got the tickets are reselling for over 1,000.
Where are they playing that game?
Here in Arizona.
Oh, they're playing it here.
And they let fans in?
Yeah, they're letting them for this game.
Like
Yeah,
what,
I
1,200 or something like that?
Yeah, it's like $1,200, $1,500. Dude, they're going like to resell because these people that I'm assuming they're season ticket holders that are like certain status. They probably said, "Hey, we're gonna let you in." Dude, I would sell them.
That's just like a typical Cardinal fan selling their ticket.
Hey, I would.
That's why you guys will never be a legend.
Hey, coronavirus.
Yeah.
We need that money.
Hey,
bro.
it's
Toilet
true.
paper is gonna start
That's
to run out.
why when the Niners play there, you see a lot more Niner fans than Cardinals.
Because the Cardinals sell their
All
tickets.
right, you know what? No mames. Let's watch this video. All right, here we go. This is why we get in trouble.
Dude.
And she's happy about it.
No, let's watch it again. Look at it's her birthday. Look at this girl.
Watch your face.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, mames. Oh, first of all, she's 3 years old, and that's right there. She's 3 years old. But I don't know about you, but I already see this happening in the future when they get older. This girl's gonna take her boyfriend, so I think the novio
Here.
pulls her hair, dude. No mames, way.
Hey, and the little girl
I don't know about you, but that's a chola in the making right there.
It's so loud to make it.
Hey, but you know what? There's a difference. Well, I'm not a cholo or anything, but there's a difference.
Did he?
No.
I hope you're
What
not
I'm
a
trying
chola.
to say is that there's a difference between like that and like the chola. That was a sense of entitlement. That's what's going on with our young generation. Is that they have entitlement issues, right? They feel like they're entitled to this. That's what the little girl did. She's like, and she's like, and what?
And what? What you gonna do?
And
So what?
You know what? And I blame the parents for all that. I'm not saying all parents are bad, but as a teacher, I see things. I'm like, it starts with the parents.
Yeah.
Ah, dude.
I
I
can only imagine las señoras ahí, las comadres. Ay, fíjate, comadre. Y no sé qué tanto. Ay, mira, comadre. And they're probably just looking at the other lady. Ay, comadre, that's what it starts, huh?
Yeah, hey, comadre, did you see her with the new boyfriend? Oh my, did you see him with the new car? I wonder what she did to get it,
¿En qué trabaja el muchacho? Ay,
¿Qué trabaja
comadre.
con sus botas acá, narco? No.
I can't help but laugh. But that little girl tried to beat her up twice.
Yeah.
It was her birthday. The they separated them, and then she got it by the hair, and then that little snotty girl, she's still like.
She even fixed her hair, and she even had her backups, had her homegirls in the back, just kind of like brushing her hair.
Hey, yeah, she's still trying to be in the mix after all that. I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm not gonna
Yep.
move.
He didn't even flinch, bro. She's like, I didn't even spill my tea.
Dude.
All right. Well,
I
I'm
haven't
curious.
seen that one. That one's hilarious, dude.
That's a future chola in the making.
That is.
For real.
Speaking of that, dude, let's do a quick little bit as before we wrap up, dude. I gotta see what Google has to say, man. So let's just do a quick search, Coronel. What do we want looking for here, man?
Let's look up cholas since we talked about cholas.
So why cholas?
Why do cholas?
Why do cholas?
Look.
Why do cholas
Wear hats.
they wear jelly bracelets.
Look at that. wear
Cholas
clown
draw their eyebrows. Why do cholas wear clown makeup? Damn.
Oh shit.
Why do cholas wear what? I don't know. Why do cholas say? What do cholas like? What do cholas call their friends? Which was speaking to you, Ivan? Which kind of girls did you date here?
The ones that wear jelly
eyebrows.
bracelets.
The eyebrows, dude. That's like.
Why do cholas? Why do cholas?
Why do cholas?
You should look up some of the images on that.
Let's look up images real quick.
Damn. What is going on?
Oh wait. What
Ay Dios mío.
All right, hold
Ay
on.
Dios.
This is our next game, dude. Which of these do you see Ivan dating?
The Dios mío.
None of them. What the?
What the
No.
third one down. The third one down. First one on the left. That one.
I could see that one. Ivan, you know this. You know what's up.
Oh my God, those eyebrows.
Yeah, that's eyebrows. There it is.
Dang.
God, how long did it take you to do those?
Diablo.
Oh,
I got a
God.
guy that can airbrush them.
For real.
So
Are they
I think
tattooed or-
that's the future of that little girl that pulled the hair, man.
Yeah.
That's her when she gets older, man.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's insane.
What's going
in the
on?
membrane.
All right.
I'm interested in why they wear the jelly bracelets.
The jelly bracelets. You want? Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah, let me see that one. Let me see the jelly bracelets.
Ah, yeah.
Like this one.
Oh, those. Oh, I thought it was like I thought it was something else. Yeah, that.
Like
that
this?
That can be explained.
What does this
Yeah.
mean? You know,
What's
Ivan?
it? Ivan, can you
Just
explain
the
this?
style. It just, you know what? That's super old school. That's like back from like the late 80s, early 90s. That's old school. You don't really see that unless they're going to like a car show or something. To be honest, you don't really see that much. But, yeah. See,
What's up?
I'm gonna send you a picture.
Oh,
This
jeez.
is the kind-
Hey,
this
wait
is
till
the
after
kinda-
the show. It's a private picture, right? It's
No, it's a feeder picture.
It was a Dallas picture. Picture from Dallas.
no mames, dude.
Oh man.
That's
Jelly bracelet.
jelly bracelets. I didn't know that was a thing, dude. To be honest, I don't know.
You didn't know that?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mom,
Yeah,
dude, my
I
mom
thought it was something else.
my mom prohibited me to date a chola, dude. She was just always trying to watch. She's like, she called them arañas.
She didn't want you to get beat up.
She didn't want me to get beat up and then, get that exam.
No, yeah, dude. Yeah, I've seen some of those eyebrows. Damn, son.
Diablos. Diablos.
Yeah, oh, cielos. You're like, oh, cielos.
Cielos.
Oh my gosh, dude. Hey, so Ivan, you sent me through text. Send me through me
I
just
sent you through text. Did you get
Facebook
'em?
Messenger or something.
Oh my God.
Messenger?
Yeah. Now you know what? I'm gonna look at it real quick. I gotta do a screening. Oh,
I'm
damn,
going.
Are these
Well,
your
every-
exes?
Well, everyone is looking up their phones right now. I'm going to also look up. What's that?
Look.
I have a
female
I have a female friend. Nice. Wait, today's Sunday. I'll take it. The
Scroll down a
Cortezes.
little bit.
That's Ivan's side. Okay, I got you.
I got you. Word. There you go.
So what's up, girl?
What? That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't
That's
send
it.
other ones.
That's
Love it.
Oh man. Well, you know what? No mames. That's a no
Good.
mames episode. All right. So hey, looking forward to some future episodes. So far we've had, we've been, getting our members in. We want to hear from more voices. If you're interested in telling your story and giving us, a little bit about telling us about yourself and something that you're doing that's interesting, reach out to us. Follow us on Twitter. Send us a message. Don't hesitate to do that, man. We have some guests, scheduled coming up, and we're excited to do that. So for me, anyways, you can follow me on Twitter on El Sargento T. Ivan, what's yours? What's your handle?
Either or my first Ivan Toribio 13, or you can find me under Ball Heights 13, and
Okay.
pretty much anywhere.
Awesome. Coronel, what's yours?
Guelito 71, Guelito 71,
71.
and I like to share a lot of stupid stuff, so you can follow me there.
So if you have an interesting story, if you want to get on and just just rant with us, let us do that. We have some good guests scheduled, so we look forward to showing them. This is a great platform for us. I mean, follow us on YouTube. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Follow us so we can get you the latest videos. Spotify, Apple Podcasts are the biggest platforms that people follow us. But yeah, we look forward to continue to grow this, man. We have more and more people joining. Ivan, anybody that you think that would be a good guest? Let's just talk about our dream guest.
You know what? You know what? I've been wanting to get on, and he already said yes, but then COVID actually happened. And before that, it was a Christmas break. Soccerhead. He hit me up the other day. He had something going. I couldn't make it because I was out of town, but I would love to get Soccerhead here, like for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's get that, dude. I mean, I still remember that game, right? Last year, was it? Was it the playoff?
With Atlan?
With Zlatan, yeah, dude, where he just, he was right there in the action.
Speaking of the game, they're playing today, right? Galaxy and
Vela's available to play a few minutes. So
did he fix his hair? Did he fix his hair?
Oh, dude, he's got an afro.
Yeah, that hair. Oh my
God.
I cut my hair every week.
Sideshow Bob, dude. That guy's
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, I'm not covering the game today.
Yeah, you're a fan now, dude.
The Niners play at 1, baby.
Okay. Madre.
No mames.
No mames.
And next week, no mames is the 49ers.
We're gonna beat.
All right, Coronel. Who's your dream guest?
No, I think my dream guest would probably be. Man, I don't know. It's so many. I'd like to do is my dream guest. I would say Chicharito. Because I like to ask him what is up, bro. Like, what's going on with him, and why is he listening to this bald-headed life coach that he's got? I think ever since he got with that guy, everything's gone downhill.
Dude, he's screwed. Yeah, he's screwed up with his mind, bro. I don't know what's going on there.
I really think.
You know what? I'd like to retract my dream guest. I want to get Salma Hayek in here.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Huh?
We can ask her if she was a chola in the past.
Yeah, if she ever played a chola. Yeah, whatever.
If you guys ever go on her Instagram, every time she posts a picture, like a selfie or something about her, I always put Te amo Salma Hayek. Every single fucking post. I swear to God.
That's a challenge.
He's blocked.
Yeah.
You know what would be cool? You know what would be cool is maybe if we can get one of the guests or one of the actors from Blood In, Blood Out. That would be cool. Like one of them.
Reaching out to them, dude. Yeah, dude, that'd be cool.
You know who does tours? There's a production company that does tours that have Damien Chapa, which plays Miklo.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Magic. I think his last name is Rivas. They do this tour where they go to city and they do this signings or meet and greets and stuff. It'd be kind of cool to get we can get one of them.
That'd be kind of cool, man. I like that. Yeah, dude.
Locos forever.
Locos forever.
Dude, I think yeah. For me, dream guests would be. I have two that come to mind. Now that you mentioned that, another one popped into my mind, but would be first of all, dude, and Brody. Dude, if we have Jorge Campos.
Man,
that guy's the coolest guy in the world, dude. He's probably wearing his freaking chanclas right now.
Yeah.
Doing a reporting somewhere. And I also thought about Edward James Olmos, dude. That guy would be cool. I mean, that guy's been doing movies forever. That guy looks like an older version of Ivan. Like they're twins.
That would be cool.
I think that'd be pretty cool, dude.
Cool.
Talk talked to him about his movies, and I think that big movie he did was American Me, dude. How first of all, it was for the time was very controversial. Having a deal, actually being in the community, dude. And I think there was even some conflict with some of the cholos there, dude. Right? Some of the.
Honestly, I don't know if he would even. I mean, he would talk about it a little bit, but like with the aftermath of that movie, I don't think he'd want to like
some
bring it
people
up.
ended up, right?
Yeah.
Some people ended up, and I think the actual La M and stuff was actually not happy with the way they were portrayed it too. So
Yeah.
but that'd be pretty cool, man. Awesome, man. Well, cool. Well, we're at the top of the show, guys. Thanks again. This is fun to rant. We'll start getting some of these hosts lined up. Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened, Ivan?
I took Cincinnati over Cleveland.
Oh my God. Nobody watches sports here.
I don't like that sport anyways. All right. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you guys next time. We'll be putting out some more guests. We have people lined up. Be ready. Don't forget to follow us. Hasta la próxima. El Sargento signing off. Ivan, Coronel. Hasta la próxima.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Later.
Dallas, Vero, saludos.
Saludos.
Mi bandera lo grito por donde quiera. Mexicano 100%, no existe ni una barrera. Mucho menos nos separa una frontera. Con papel o sin papeles yo vivo a mi manera. No me importa en cualquier país. Si el cielo se pone negro gris. Escuchando a Gerardo Ortiz. Celebrando fiestas patrias con 2 Génesis. Cantamos mariachi y en acapela.
Papusas, dude. Did you get any papusas while you're out there in Dallas?
Fucking school.
That's what he passes his Sunday evenings. Oh yes, they won.
He got the NFL pass, dude. Give me your code, dude. I wanna use it.
Yeah, I can send you my email. I have the Sunday ticket. I bought it.
Yeah, dude. Why?
Because I'm not going to.
Get it for free. I'll show you how to get it for free, bro.